Some eels can shock you, swallow huge prey, or even fire jaws from their throats. 8 species, 8 bizarre ways to survive. Like and subscribe and let's dive in. European eel. The European eel has one of the strangest life cycles of any fish on Earth. Its scientific name is Anguilla anguilla, and its journey begins in the western Atlantic, around the Sargasso Sea. Newly hatched larvae drift toward Europe and North Africa, a migration of more than 6,000 kilometers. After reaching the coast, they transform into transparent glass eels, then develop into yellow eels. Some spend more than 20 years in rivers, lakes, estuaries, and coastal waters. When maturity arrives, their bodies change again. Their eyes enlarge, their skin darkens, and their digestive system degenerates because they stop feeding. They become silver eels and begin the return journey across the Atlantic. The full oceanic journey remains poorly understood. Wild spawning adults and eggs have never been directly observed. The European eel is also listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. In 2025, ICE advised 0 catches of European eels in all habitats for 2026. After decades of research, this ancient migration is still hiding its final chapter. Electric eel. The electric eel is not an eel at all. It is a freshwater knife fish from South America, and some individuals can unleash up to 860 volts. That record belongs to Electrophorus voltae, making it the strongest known bioelectric generator among animals. Electric eels can grow to around 2.4 meters long, with specialized electric organs occupying much of their elongated body. They produce weaker pulses for navigation and sensing their surroundings, then switch to powerful discharges when hunting or defending themselves. Their eyesight is poor, so electricity becomes a kind of biological radar in dark, muddy water. They also breathe air, surfacing roughly every 10 minutes because their gills cannot provide enough oxygen alone. In 2019, scientists revealed that the electric eel was actually 3 species, not 1. Then came another surprise. In Brazil, researchers observed Volta's electric eels hunting cooperatively, herding small fish into dense groups before several eels discharge together. One animal can shock. A group can turn the entire hunt into an electrical ambush. Moray eel. A moray eel can attack with 2 sets of jaws, and the second one is hidden deep inside its throat. More than 200 moray species inhabit tropical and subtropical seas, making this one of the largest eel families. Their famous open mouths are not a constant threat display. Morays repeatedly open and close their mouths to move water across their gills because they lack the streamlined swimming style of many fish. The real surprise appears when they strike. Their outer jaws seize the prey first. Then a second pair of pharyngeal jaws shoots forward, grabs the victim, and pulls it backward into the throat. This unusual mechanism was described in detail by researchers in the early 2000s. Some morays can reach more than 3 meters in length, although most species are considerably smaller. They mainly hunt fish, crustaceans, and cephalopods from reef crevices. Certain species also cooperate with groupers, which flush hidden prey toward the moray's waiting jaws. Despite their reputation, morays are generally secretive and usually avoid humans. Their terrifying appearance hides one of the most mechanically sophisticated feeding systems in the ocean. Gulper eel. The gulper eel has a mouth so enormous that it can look larger than the rest of its body. Also called the pelican eel, it belongs to the deep-sea family Eurypharyngidae and has been recorded at depths approaching 3,000 meters. Its thin body can reach roughly 75 centimeters, while its jaws expand dramatically to capture prey in a world where meals are rare. Instead of chasing food, it relies on an expandable mouth and stomach to engulf surprisingly large prey when an opportunity appears. Its eyes are tiny and poorly developed, reflecting the near-total darkness of its habitat. At the tip of its long tail sits a glowing organ that may help attract prey or curious animals. The gulper eel also has an unusual feeding mechanism that allows its enormous mouth to close around food despite its delicate body. At several kilometers beneath the surface, missing one large meal can mean waiting a long time for another. For the gulper eel, a gigantic mouth is not excessive. It is survival equipment. Snipe eel. The snipe eel looks like a fish designed around one bizarre weapon. Its most recognizable feature is a long, narrow snout that resembles a pair of underwater tweezers. Several species live in the deep ocean, often hundreds to thousands of meters below the surface. Some can reach around 1 meter in length, yet their bodies remain extremely thin. Their jaws stay partially open, lined with tiny teeth that point backward. Instead of chasing large prey, snipe eels use this strange mouth to catch small crustaceans and other drifting organisms. The backward-facing teeth help prevent prey from escaping once it enters the jaws. Their eyes are relatively small, reflecting a life in perpetual darkness. With little food available, wasting energy on high-speed pursuit makes little sense. The snipe eel has evolved a different solution. A thin body, an elongated snout, and a slow-drifting lifestyle turn an apparently fragile fish into a highly specialized deep-sea hunter. Garden eel. Garden eels turn the seafloor into a living meadow. They are actually conger eels, and species such as the spotted garden eel can reach about 45 centimeters long. They live in tropical Indo-Pacific waters, usually between 1 and 50 meters deep, with many colonies found on sandy slopes below 15 meters. Instead of swimming freely, each eel digs a burrow and keeps its tail underground. A single colony can contain several hundred individuals. Their bodies rise from the sand and face into the current, allowing them to pick drifting zooplankton from the water without abandoning their burrows. When danger approaches, they retreat tail first into the sediment. Their thin bodies can measure only around 14 millimeters in diameter, yet they remain firmly anchored beneath the sand. The result is one of the ocean's strangest sights. Hundreds of eels sway together like underwater grass, then vanish beneath the sand almost instantly when threatened. Ribbon eel. The ribbon eel can completely change its appearance and even its sex during its lifetime. Found across the Indo-Pacific, it can grow to around 1.3 meters long and spends most of its time inside reef crevices. Young ribbon eels are usually dark with a bright yellow stripe, while adult males develop an intense blue coloration with yellow markings. Then comes the strangest transformation. Ribbon eels are protandrous hermaphrodites, meaning they begin life as males and can later become females. As they mature, their bodies can shift from male blue coloration toward the darker yellow-toned appearance associated with females. Their long tubular nostrils extend from the front of the snout, helping create one of the most unusual profiles on the reef. They mainly ambush small fish and crustaceans from rocky hiding places. Despite their dramatic appearance, ribbon eels are secretive and spend much of their lives inside a single burrow. One eel can look like 3 different animals during its lifetime. Color, body development, and reproductive role all change with age. Wolf eel. The wolf eel looks like a monster, but its powerful jaws are built for crushing shells, not hunting people. Despite its name, it is not a true eel. This Pacific fish can reach about 2.4 meters in length and weigh more than 18 kilograms. Its massive teeth can crack hard prey such as crabs, clams, mussels, and sea urchins. Wolf eels usually live around rocky reefs and can occupy the same den for many years. Pairs often form long-term bonds, and both parents can help protect their eggs. A female may lay up to 10,000 eggs, which are rolled into a large cluster and guarded inside the den. The eggs can take several months to develop before hatching. Young wolf eels look completely different from adults, with orange coloration and dark spots. As they mature, their heads become larger and their bodies turn grayish. Behind that intimidating face is a fish built for crushing, nesting, and staying home.